Welcome to The Explainer, where we break down big ideas. All right, today we're tackling something that can be, deeply personal and honestly pretty confusing. That feeling when you're praying and it just feels like you're getting radio silence. We're going to dive into one specific way of looking at this. So, what if that's the whole point? What if that silence isn't an absence at all, but actually a message? We're going to look at a way of thinking that completely flips the script on this, seeing it not as neglect, but as a time when something really profound is happening. The source material we're looking at has a name for this. It's called the season of the silence of God. And yeah, it's that period where you're praying, you're fasting, you're looking for guidance, and it just feels like you're talking to a wall. It can be so frustrating, right? Kind of like being stuck in a spiritual waiting room. But here's the big idea. What if that silence isn't empty at all? According to this perspective, there are actually three incredibly powerful messages hidden inside that quiet. So this is basically our roadmap. The three hidden messages are, He's preparing you, He's aligning your world, and He's fighting for you. Let's break down what each of these actually means. Okay, so message number one. He's preparing you. This is a huge shift in perspective, right? The idea is that the silence isn't about him holding back the plan from you. It's about him working on you. A great example of this is what some people call Jesus' silent years. For 30 years before his public ministry kicked off, there's, not a lot in the record about divine communication. But this wasn't wasted time. Far from it. This was the time he was increasing in wisdom, in stature, and in favor with both God and people. He was becoming the person he needed to be. And then there's the story of Joseph. I mean, what a journey, right? He gets this incredible dream about his destiny, and what happens next? He's betrayed, thrown in a pit, sold into slavery, and then falsely accused and thrown in prison. It looks like a total disaster. But looking back, you can see that each of those horrible steps was actually part of a long and, painful training process. And that brings us to this really crucial shift in focus. On our side, we're often saying, just show me the plan, reveal your will to me. But from God's side, the message in the silence is more like, let me make you ready for the plan. It's about focusing on our own readiness, not just on the roadmap. Okay, let's move on to the second message, because it's not just about you. The idea here is that God is also aligning your world. He's working on all the other people and all the other moving parts that are connected to your destiny. I mean, think about it. Your journey isn't a solo mission, right? It's connected to the timing of so many other people. It's like a giant, intricate clockwork machine. For your gear to turn, a bunch of other gears have to be in just the right position at just the right time. And a really powerful example of this is the story of Mary and her relative Elizabeth. Elizabeth waited for a child for so long, and it must have felt like a purely personal struggle. But her delay was essential. It was necessary to perfectly align the timing of her son, John the Baptist, with Jesus. Their destinies were completely intertwined. One person's painful wait was setting the stage for the biggest event in history. And this quote really just hits the nail on the head. It says, for some of you, the reason why God is delaying you is because the person in the blueprint of your destiny to connect you just got born again. Wow. So your wait might be because the person you're supposed to meet, work with, or marry, they're just not ready yet. God's working on them too. All right, on to the third message, and this one is about protection. The idea here is that God is fighting for you. That silence, that delay, might actually be Him clearing the path of dangers you can't even see yet. You see, the thinking goes like this. When Satan can't stop your destiny from happening, he tries to set up obstacles and traps along your path. So God's silence might actually be Him in a do not disturb mode, while He's dealing with those obstacles for you before you even get there. And we see this so clearly in the Christmas story, right? The angel tells Joseph to get up and go back home. Why? For they are dead which sought the young child's life. The green light to move forward only came after the threat. King Herod was removed. The path was cleared first. So you go through all this, the preparation, the alignment, the protection. What's the payoff? What happens when the silence finally breaks? Well, according to this view, it's not a slow trickle. It's a flood. The reward for that patient endurance is sudden and absolutely overwhelming. Let's circle back to Joseph one more time. After all those years in the pit, in slavery, in prison, how long did it take for his life to change? One day. Just one. I mean, really let that sink in. This quote says everything he would have done if he were not in the prison came to him in one day. All the promotions, the money he would have saved, the reputation he would have built, it all arrived in a single moment. Think about it. He was given a new name, a position of honor. He was given a wife from a high-ranking family. He was dressed in royal clothes and made second in command over the most powerful nation on earth. He didn't have to climb the corporate ladder or go on dating apps. It was all part of the package deal that came when the waiting was finally over. And that's really the heart of it all. The big takeaway is that the compensation for the waiting is already built right into the plan. That time you feel you're losing, it's not lost, it's an investment. And the return on that investment is factored into the incredible final outcome. So if you're in one of those quiet seasons right now, maybe the question isn't, why is this happening to me? The idea here is to reframe it, to ask with a sense of real anticipation, what is this season of silence preparing me for?